which I'll take. I got a new book. Potential win. The Gems, Jets, Sunny House, drafting combos, making connections, districts, work from the editor, by the editor. Kimberly Thompson. The ambitious young architect, a fresh blueprint represents a world of boundless possibilities. When you're staring at a campus, you have unlimited potential and ideas to explore. But with an abundance of options at your disposal, the architect can become overwhelmed by the countless choices and decisions that need to be made. Should I have a hallway or closet? How many bedrooms do I need in the house? Is passageway really worth 2 gems? All these questions can compound, adding layers of complexity and stress to the design process. That's why it's even more important to develop simple and effective strategies you can employ while drafting a house to ensure a successful project outcome. And this volume of Architectural Digest, we aim to provide architects with some of those strategies and even assist them in developing their own. This is the book that I need. Gems. Every architect needs them. Although many architects employ different strategies when developing their house designs, most of them agree on one guiding principle: have gems while drafting. One of the most common ways archetypes draft themselves into a corner is by not having the resources they need when opening a new door. If you lack the gems to consider all 3 presented options, you may be forced to draft a room you do not want. To avoid this predicament, focus on drafting rooms that grant you gems and prioritize acquiring gems as early as you can. This is a surefire way to set yourself up for success. Make sure you check for gems in the room your room before clicking the door. I did this way too much. Think about saving some gems for emergencies. I try to only spend them if I really, really need a room. Donate. I'll never draft passageway in the first 5 ranks. It's a simple strat that served me well. If you see gems for sale in any of the shops, buy them out. Buy them out? I never thought that'd be a good strat. Because there's always like the shovel that I want. Maybe you're supposed to do that early so that you can start using it for gems afterwards. I think shovels do translate to future runs. At least after you use it. Don't pass up wine still, even if you're not thirsty. There's no such thing as too many gems. I have a bit of a problem. Craig? Oh. Planning your house. Estate layout and drafting. When you begin drafting a house, it's important to start your day with a solid foundation. Draft early ranks first. A very common mistake beginners make is drafting in a straight line north and ignoring the many open doors they've left behind the entrance hall and rooms with early ranks. When these architects reach the higher ranks, they quickly discover they do not have enough keys gems to continue. That's a mistake that I make, dude. I go one route, and that's it. Did I usually ends by returning to the lower ranks to draft? Yes, dude. Only found news and eyes I made. Yes, bro, this is actually a goated book. I'm so glad I got this. Because they've only been found earlier in the day. As the layout to the right demonstrates, even if half the rooms of snakes through the house and does not go in a straight line, can also be structurally weak if you are leaving lots of open doors. Yes, dude, oh my gosh. Okay. I didn't even know this, but like, the further you go in the house, the more you're going to need to use the resources. But I figured out, like, last run that I needed that a little bit, but this just confirms that. Wow. By starting each day in a strong foundation of rooms on the early ranks, you have a much better chance of finding success. When you eventually start heading further, this is such a good flipping book of the house. Top drafting combos. 5 combos you won't want to miss. Another aspect to consider when planning your house is the order in which you draft your rooms. For instance, if you draft cloister before terrace, you will be down 3 gems. But if you draft them in the reverse order, cloister will be free. Identifying a synergistic pair of floor plans is an essential first step. But determining the optimal order for drafting those rooms will provide you with an additional advantage, significantly improving your chances of success. This is actually a really good. Yeah, this makes so much sense. A 4-year drafted in 4 Great Hall would mean that all of its main doors would be unlocked. Drafting bunk room after nursery will give you 10 extra steps because it counts as 2 separate bedroom triggers. You won't have to backtrack constantly to collect your gold spread from an office if you draft a conference room. The more items you have, the greater your chances of being able to create a contraption and workshop. Combined inventory to create. I've never even been there before. It's like I'm just discovering some of these rooms for the first time now. Make a connection. Estate connectivity. 2-pair combos aren't the only form of room synergy. You will find some floor plans only work by drafting other specific rooms. These rooms aren't powerful on their own, but can become very useful when their connectivity is eventually unlocked. The utility closet is a perfect example of this. It doesn't do anything by itself, but can literally power up or down other rooms you have to draft in the house. Garage. Powers garage door and grants west path access. Dark room. Turns lights back on after blowing a fuse. Gymnasium. Turns light off to rent. That is, bro, so good, bro. I love this game design. Other examples of connectivity. One of her the more simple examples. Her ladyship's chamber has synergy with Lady Epson's other 2 rooms, her door and a walk-in closet. The boiler room connects ducts from room to room to run steam power to specific destinations of the house. Laboratory, garage, laundry room, furnace, and pump room all have use of her steam power. Being a pump room, this room controls the water level throughout rooms in the estate and can interact directly with the pool, aquarium, greenhouse, kitchen, and several other features located outside the main house. Tips and tricks. In the kitchen, you can direct which course is being served in the dining room that day. This will allow you the opportunity to draft specific rooms that make the meal even more delicious. Besides counting as 2 bedrooms, the bunk room also counts as 2 rooms. The system increases the amount of steps granted by master bedroom, the amount of gold spread by the tomb, and the amount of keys found in the servants' quarters. Each time you solve a puzzle in the billiard room or parlor, the difficulty will slightly increase the next time you draft that room. Yeah, I've flipping went in the parlor like 20 times. I've never solved the billiard room puzzle. That's got to be difficult. Just because you didn't find any items in the room when you first explored it doesn't mean that'll be the case the next time you draft it. So, okay, I gotta look in every single room because sometimes there can be items when you don't. It doesn't even say there's gonna be one. The day after drafting freezer, it enters an automated cooldown refilling cycle during which it cannot be drafted for the next 24 hours. If you're stuck or don't know what to do in a specific room, sometimes it is smart to move on. There are multiple ways to solve many of the challenges you will come across, and there's a very good chance you will find a piece of information down the road which may help. When in doubt, draft rooms you've never seen before. Even if you don't think the rooms seem very useful, they may still hold useful clues. Yes, that's my strat, y'all. So that's been my strat the whole game. Try and unlock every room and then go from there. Or from the other. Although this volume we've provided our readers with many potential strategies and tricks to try, we're here at Architectural Digest. Hope that aspiring architects know that there truly is no set blueprint for success. Forging your own path and coming up with your own unique strategies will, in our humble opinion, always provide the best results. Each architect has his own favorite room, each builder has his own favorite tool, and thus each player in turn will develop their own style of play and discover their own secrets and tricks so they can share with the world, or keep to themselves. Whatever strategy you employ, we wish you the best of luck drafting and hope you build the house of your dreams. Thank you so much, editor. This might be the greatest book I've ever read in my life. At least in this game. W's. Y'all, I'm not even trolling. I've learned so much about this game. Like, I have improved so much in this flipping past 5 minutes.